They ain't doubt the talent, they fear the outcome. They greased the stairs, told me climb anyway. To the crown of the room, then said on your place. Film scream MVP, but they mute the sound. Bury truth in the dirt, let the lies do round. Draft night felt like a courtroom rig. Evidence clear, but the verdict fixed. Handshake snakes with a smile so wide. Crossed out my name with a permanent line. They scared of a king who can't be controlled. So they sell fake fear like truth got sold. Try to break my spine before I touch the throne. But pressure only turn cold as stones.
Watch this.
They know.
Facts.
Facts! Woo! Riot lip, they cut the brakes on purpose. Woo. Turn the lane to a service. Woo. Fake stories, publishing serpents. Woo. Buried alive, but the dirt was worthless. Who really pulled still? Still come deep. Can't stop this. Still here. Still here. Still here. NFL pilots, first team refs locked behind steel doors. They feed me crumbs, then ask why I want more. Death chart like a graveyard shit. They bury talent, promote relationships. Coach cold shoulder like I'm bad for the brand. But I read defenses like God's own plan. They want silence, obedience, smile and wait. But I throw truth deep, can't check down fake. Trolls bark loud from a Wi-Fi cage. Throw rocks at a lion still in his cage. They pray I crack, they bet I fall. But I've been training the fight since before the call. Talk heavy, read that, cold blood. Facts! Even harder, they've been cutting the power. Every minute, every hour. Trying to kill a seed of forward flower. But I grew teeth in the dirt. Divorce. Impossible. Impossible. They tried to drown me. Forgot I was the way. Tried to bury me. Forgot I was the grave. You can't sabotage destiny. I came back different, eyes like war, smile gone mercy, left at the door. They tried to erase me like chalk and rain, but legends get carved, they don't wash away. From backup plans to the main event, they try to stall time, God his sin. Every lie they told built my skin. Now I'm bulletproof where they aim within. They wanted obedience, I wanted truth. Now the whole damn league gotta watch me move. Turn sabotage into gasoline. Lit the match, now I haunt they dreams. Look now, feel different.
What's going on tonight?
They cut the brakes on purpose. Turn the lane to a circus. Fake stories, puppets and serpents. Every alive, but the dirt was worthless. Who really pulls stands? Made them cut enough power. Sam sudden up power. Every minute, every hour, trying to kill the seed before it flower. Like blue teeth in the you blow up. Get blow up. I'm standing now. Facts. They try to sabotage the rise. But pressure don't destroy kings. It crowns them. Yeah.
What's going on with y'all? I'm telling you right now, I had to show y'all these clips right here, man. These folk, I know I had showed the little boy, and he going viral. You know, little other skin folk boy going viral. Wow, such a great line. Yup, there it is, Cody. Appreciate you, big dog. Well, y'all, Shedeur touching folks' hearts with a jersey. Folk buying their family members Shedeur Sanders jersey and they touching their hearts. Shedeur is bigger than football right now. Shedeur is bigger than football. Can y'all hear me good? Cause I'm telling you right now. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. Shedeur is in danger. I hate to say it, but Shedeur is in danger because it's 2 games left of this NFL season. We done came a long way. Some of y'all been rocking with me since April, and some of y'all done came along, and I appreciate y'all. but Shedeur is in danger. It's 2 games left of this season, and the race for the number 1 pick, Cleveland Browns got their eyes on it. So this is a warning sign. This is a warning sign for Shedeur. Because I'm about to tell y'all, that's why I had to go live. I was like, hey, it ain't no matter how late it get, because I just got back. I said, I got to go live to tell my folk, tell my savages all these, so when they watch the game, they can understand what Money Man talking about. And they can understand how the game might go. I ain't saying I wanted to go like this. I'm just telling you it might go like this. They gonna sabotage the game. Kevin Stefanski, some of the teammates, I don't know who it is. Mainly probably Kevin. But they gonna try to sabotage the game. Because if Shedeur goes out there and wins, if Shedeur goes out here and wins, that take them out of the running for the number 1 pick. If Shedeur wins both games or either game, this takes them out of the running for the number 1 pick. The Cleveland Browns, reportedly, from all these lying Cleveland reporters we done heard from all year long, since the summer, have told us the Cleveland Browns are going to draft a quarterback. So the closer the Cleveland Browns get to as a top pick, the closer they get to drafting a quarterback. You get what I'm saying? Y'all with me? W12 in the chat if you're with me. So, 2 games left. Shedeur cannot win either one of them. If he do, that takes Cleveland Browns out of the running for the number 1 overall pick. And I'm going to tell you why. It get even a little deeper than just Shedeur sabotaging Shedeur, and if Shedeur win, and I'm about to show y'all why. This right here. If Shedeur wins, Cleveland don't get the number 2 pick. And it still get a little tricky because Cleveland beat the Raiders. But Cleveland chances of getting the number 2 pick decrease if Shedeur wins either one of these games. So they need Shedeur to lose both games to secure their top 3 pick, let alone the 2nd pick and maybe even the number 1 pick. Because if the Giants keep the number 1 pick, we already know they're not drafting the quarterback. You don't draft Jackson Dart to go back and draft another quarterback next year after you traded back in the first round to draft Jackson Dart. But you fired your coach. So I don't know if you believed in your coach or you believed in Jackson Dart. Or you believed in the coach that believed in Jackson Dart, but you fired the coach, so now you stuck with Jackson Dart. I don't know what the Giants doing. Maybe they believe in Jackson Dart. Hopefully they do. But the Raiders need a quarterback. So the big scenario is that the Browns gonna trade up with the Giants and take Dante Moore. Cleveland get their quarterback at number 1 overall. Now, I done did my take with this. Y'all done seen my video. If you didn't, I'm about to tell you right now. Dante Moore couldn't even beat out Dylan Gabriel at Oregon. So all of a sudden, Dante Moore become the 2nd best quarterback at his position in the 2026 NFL draft, with stats not even close to Dylan Gabriel, let alone Shedeur. But he's going to be the 1st overall pick. Meanwhile, Dylan Gabriel, the guy that started over Dante Moore, the guy Dante Moore couldn't beat out last year, the guy that took the Oregon Ducks to the college football playoffs with undefeated and won the Big Ten championship, Dylan Gabriel, he got drafted in the 3rd round. Meanwhile, his backup, after a year later, gonna come in and be the 1st overall pick. And if not the 1st, the 2nd. Then you tell me another guy, Fernando Mendoza, that comes in, a transfer, 1st year in Indiana, lead the team. I ain't gonna say he led the team because the structure was already there because they was winning before he got there. Comes in, helps the team go undefeated, win the Big Ten championship, #1 ranked team in the nation. He wins the Heisman with not even near the same amount of passing yards as Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel. I got to throw his name in there too. Because this how baffled I am about how this collusion against Shedeur ain't being seen. That they stats is right there. Fernando Mendoza, 2,980 yards, 6 interceptions, 39 touchdowns. Now I done told y'all, if Shedeur had either the Oregon defense last year, this year, and in the future, and if Shedeur had Indiana defense last year, now, or in the future, he'll win the Heisman easy. Because we seen how Colorado fell off a cliff with bad quarterback play. Now you tell me if it's collusion. Tell me if it's collusion. Because if whichever one of these teams loses, Cleveland gets closer to drafting their quarterback. Because you got to lose to get closer to your quarterback. And the Ravens just won. So you're going to get Pittsburgh first team. You're going to get Aaron Rodgers the whole game because they need to win so they can win the division. So if you have any type situations, let me give them a close-up when I say this. If y'all watching the game tomorrow and you get any type situation where it's a 4th down, a 4th and 1, a 4th and inches, 4th and goal, 3rd and goal, on the 1 or 2 yard line, 2-point conversions, punt returns, kick returns, punt blocks, and all of that happens, and don't nothing happen with Shedeur, it's sabotage. If Kevin go out there and lose and force the team to lose versus Pittsburgh when they got a chance to win, it's sabotage. He done did it twice this year already with Shedeur. He did it in the 49ers game. He did it in the Tennessee game. Now, if the defense come out and play horrible, like they've been doing the past 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, which ain't nobody talked about, giving up teams 14 points before Shedeur even throw a pass. If they come out and play like that, then you're going to get blowed out. But I think I see sabotage coming. But hopefully, and I'm expecting Shedeur to overcome all this because we know who he riding with. We know who guiding this journey and guiding and leading this thing and exposing these folk that need to be exposed. I'm telling you right now, this a warning sign Shedeur is in danger. As much as I want him to get, As much as I want him to get up out of Cleveland, he can't do nothing right now. Can't do nothing right now. I'm telling you, man, this is ridiculous. This is not how I thought Shedeur Sanders' rookie year was gonna go. When I sat here and started live streaming and making these videos and getting serious back on his YouTube and talking about Shedeur Sanders, I didn't think this was gonna go like this at all. And I know he did.
At least 5 times. Nah, I was a 5th round pick. I got skipped by everybody at least 5 times. so it's not. It just come with the game. You know, it is what it is. But I'm just thankful for where I am now. You know, I don't. Everybody have their differences. But I still got an opportunity to play. So why can I be mad? You know, money different, but thankfully I have a good family. You know, so it is what it is. We're not playing for that. We're playing for the love of the game. So I'm just thankful to be out here, have an opportunity, be able to go and play. Go out there and play. Go out there and start. Like, you don't know how surreal, you know, that feeling is, knowing that you have the responsibility of the Browns organization on your shoulders, you know. Nah, I was a 5th round pick. I got skipped by everybody at least 5 times.
You can't tell me that collusion ain't real. You can't tell me the collusion ain't real. He said it out of his own mouth. He got drafted in the 5th round. He got skipped by everybody at least 5 times. A projected 1st round quarterback, the whole entire senior year of his quarterback career at Colorado was projected to be a 1st round pick, let alone the 1st overall pick or a top 3 pick. But all of a sudden, in April, haven't thrown a ball at all. Haven't played a snap of football. He got a weak arm. He not mobile. He did bad in the interview. He wore headphones in the interview. He didn't catch the errors in the install. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. He interviewed bad. He ain't played in the Shrine Bowl. He didn't do the combine drills. All this boiled up in the totality, and you telling me that's the reason why he fell in the 5th round? No, it was a plan. It was collusion from the jump. And the NFL had to make it look like Shedeur Sanders was not going to get drafted until they forced the Browns to draft him. I'm telling you right now, Shedeur Sanders was going to go undrafted because of this collusion. I don't care how you slice it and how you dice it. Y'all sat here and told me that the Cleveland Browns traded up with the Philadelphia Eagles to get Shedeur Sanders. You told me that the Ravens wanted to draft Shedeur and honored his request when he said, "Don't draft me." So you telling me, then you told me the Eagles wanted to draft Shedeur. If the Ravens was on the clock, they could have drafted Shedeur. If the Eagles was on the clock, they didn't have to trade with the Cleveland Browns if they wanted Shedeur. Either one of them teams, even including the Cleveland Browns, could have drafted Shedeur 4 times before that. He said he got skipped by every team at least 5 times. So the 4 times before them other picks, they could have drafted Shedeur. You can't tell me the collusion ain't real. I don't care what these haters and what these trolls say. This collusion is real, dog. You don't have a talent like that and it fall to the 5th round. Then you got a GM that went to Harvard. We got him at a steep discount. Then you tell me he a lottery pick. No. I think Dr. Umar summed it up the best, but a little bit extra in there. I want to defer.
Shedeur Sanders is like Malcolm X of sports when it comes to handling the media. They can't get him emotional. They can't throw Shedeur Sanders off his square. They can't make Shedeur Sanders say things that he don't want to say. Bro, Shedeur Sanders is a beast on that microphone. He be making the reporters look stupid. Without question, Shedeur Sanders is being set up to fail as an act of revenge against his father. It's not Deion's fault. It's not Shedeur's fault. They just happen to be a father and son duo that has been extremely successful in American sports. They are self-confident, they are proud, and they don't kiss white people's ass. Most people blaming the coach. The whole NFL power structure needs Shedeur to fail, because if he succeeds, Art, you have no excuse to deny him a starting job on an NFL team. The NFL has a problem on their hands, Art, because they want to prevent Shedeur from becoming the same star on the field that he is off the field. But the numbers clearly show that he's better than most.
Now he 100 on a lot of it. I only disagree with they trying to get back at Deion, and that they don't need him to succeed to be a starting quarterback in this league. I disagree with those 2 points. And I'm going to tell y'all why. The reason why I disagree with them 2 points is I don't think it's about getting back at Deion, Coach Prime. I think it's about setting the tone for what's coming. Because I done told y'all before, this is why I said it in prime equity. Everybody still think that's real. It's real, but it ain't in his contract. It ain't in Shedeur's contract. When I told y'all that Shedeur is the first player, not with NIL. He the first player with a brand that he don't need the NFL to create his brand. He had already had his brand. It made him $20 million before he got drafted. How you gonna make $20 million without us? We can't make money from your name if you make it $20 million without us. The NFL had to collude against Shedeur. They had to set a precedent. Did I say it right? With these NFL, with these college players that's coming to the NFL, with this NIL brand. It's only top tier big players. They had to make a statement. This is my view. They had to make a statement with a celebrity that's coming from college that has a brand that the NFL can't make no money from. And you seen it when he went to the hood. Shedeur called up he didn't need the Cleveland Browns. He didn't need the NFL. It wasn't Shedeur and the Cleveland Browns, Shedeur and the NFL. It was Shedeur Sanders Fun Fest. It wasn't none of that extra stuff. So when you get a player that made $20 million before he even got drafted, then you gonna tell me we gonna draft him in the first round and give him $46 million on top of the $20 million he just got. Plus, we gonna send him to the team that already got a fully guaranteed contract quarterback on there, which we didn't approve of, that almost derailed the whole contract structure and bottom line of the NFL owners. We can't have that. We got to make the most money off of this jigaboo before he get in this thing. So we going to make him fall to the 5th round. We going to get him at a steep discount. His jersey, from what y'all say, sold $250 million worth from one player, and you paying him $900,000 a year. That's why I get it. That's why I say it ain't about Deion. then it ain't about Shedeur succeeding so he can play as a starting NFL quarterback. It's about Shedeur succeeding because he is a positive black influence. Y'all don't want to go there. Y'all don't want to go there. It ain't about if Shedeur can succeed to become a starter. It's about if Shedeur succeeds, his black positivity resonates even more. Wes, what have you been trained? What have a whole community of people been trained in their whole life to understand and what to do? You have been taught as a black people, black community, that your worth is non-existent. You have seen, heard, and been taught that your existence as a black woman or man is non-existent. You are worthless. You didn't help build. That's what they tell you. You didn't build America. You didn't invent these inventions. You didn't invent the stoplight, the cell phone, electricity. You didn't invent none of these. The cotton gin, the refrigerator, the air conditioner, the hair comb. You didn't invent none of these inventions. You are worthless. So if it's a positive black influence, not the rap music, the rappers, most of them doing what the folk want them to do is spread that negativity and feed it into these young kids' minds to where they grow up and think what the rapper saying is what they ought to be. When sometimes the rapper lying. But you can't tell the difference because that was making the money. But if you get Shedeur Sanders, a positive black influence affecting that little black boy, that little black girl, that changed the trajectory of their life. Now you can't manipulate them. You can't teach them how you want to teach them, and you can't tell them anything and they gonna believe it. Because they watching a black man, young, succeeding in his own black excellence, doing it his way. You can't have him succeed on the football field neither. You can't. That's one of the biggest threats in this whole United States. That's probably even bigger than you thinking one of them countries gonna send some over here and destroy everything. They was killing and arresting, slaughtering, lynching, butt breaking black men, black women for being too confident. They would kill you as a black man for being too confident. You ain't did nothing. You ain't hurt nobody. But they will execute you for being a confident black man. So like I said, everything else, he 100 on, but that's why I disagree, and I just explain why. Man, this thing getting bigger than football, man. And I'm telling you, there's only one person that could do it. Shedeur. Shedeur. He was built for it, man. He was built for it. Now, I don't know what y'all talking about and laughing. I'm doing my monologue, y'all laughing. I'm talking real. Here on the Cleveland radio, what they say? Y'all talking about some happy y'all. Well, y'all ain't listening. Y'all trying to get drunk. See, that was a problem with y'all now. It is trauma, Cody. They scared. Nah, I ain't pulled part 2 yet. I might do it right now. Because I found the part. I found it. So I'm gonna do it right now. Yeah, they hate y'all coming in like that. PC, man, he a fool. What he said? You don't live that rap. Man, whatever. What, rap like he from 1970? Oh, it is right here. Hold on. I found it. Here it is right here. Now this is utterly, I'm trying to say it right, despicable. Utterly despicable. I got to show y'all this clip first.
I actually think Dylan is going to be competent. I do think he's going to get them into the right calls. I think he can get them lined up. I think he can complete passes, get the ball out quickly, and keep the chains moving and not turn the ball over. And that's what they're looking for right now. I think he's going to surprise people. There are other quarterbacks smaller, his size and smaller, who've had success. In terms of the mental side of the game, I have no concerns about Dylan on that. Arm strength, no concerns. I actually think Dylan is going to be.
And I'm going to tell you right now, bro was 100. Dylan Gabriel did surprise people. He actually did complete some passes. He did get the ball out quick. And he didn't turn the ball over that much. But what they don't tell you is some of them balls was in the dirt. Some of them balls weren't catchable at all. He got the ball out quick and didn't turn it over because he was throwing dink and dunk routes. Never a pass past 10 yards, let alone 20 yards. But he ain't going to say that. He didn't line everybody up right. He got progressively worse every game. Then he come back and say this about Shedeur.
I want to hear why.
Well, they like both. They'd be fine.
Oh, you're saying you think they like both?
I'm interested in hearing the why.
Because you can say he needs more around him. You can say
And he
the
does. That's
offensive
fair.
line. You can say the offensive line isn't any good. Listen, the metrics will tell you, and there's more than the metrics. The metrics will tell you he is the worst quarterback this century by drop back per EPA. He's worse than Jamarcus
Okay,
Russell.
explain that. Like, I know we've talked about it before.
It
but for
takes
those that
into
might not know
account
that
down and
number.
distance, field position, home or away, time and score. It is the most all-encompassing metric that
Does
you
it
can
take
use
into
to
account
measure a
his
quarterback.
teammates?
Let me go back so y'all can hear what he said he included.
It
But for
takes
those that
into
might not know
account
that-
down. He's worse than Jamarcus
Okay,
Russell.
explain that. Like, I know we've talked.
If y'all don't know who Jamarcus Russell is, he was probably is the biggest bust in NFL history. This dude played for LSU. He got drafted #1 overall to the Raiders. Didn't watch film. Didn't look at no tape. Didn't listen to no tape. None of that. The Raiders set him up. They told him to go listen to these tapes or watch this film, and they gonna tell him, quiz him on what was on it. Dude got in there and lied and said this and this was on the tape. The Raiders said those tapes were blank. The man got $80 million up front. That's why they end up putting the cap on the rookies because there wasn't no cap on the rookie contract. That man got paid $80 million. Stayed in the league about 4-5 years and was the biggest bust in NFL history. That's who he comparing Shedeur to.
Talked about it before.
It takes into account down and distance, field position, home or away, time and score. It is the most all-encompassing metric that you can use to measure a quarterback.
Down the distance, score. Last time I checked, Shedeur Sanders didn't return the kickoff. He didn't block for the punt. He didn't run down there and miss a tackle when the dude was running the ball back. Or he didn't catch or fair catch the ball or muff the punt to get the ball on the 1 yard line or the 2 yard line in his own red zone. Shedeur don't play defense. Shedeur ain't out there stopping the other team from scoring. Shedeur ain't out there playing defense and the defense spotting the other team 14 points. So how can that be included into the metric of grading the quarterback? If he has nothing to do with those, the quarterback has nothing to do with those aspects of the game. Down and distance. I can't help that the offensive line don't block. If we ran the ball the first 2 downs, and Quinshawn at the time was getting hit in the backfield every play, losing yards, then you want me to pass the ball on a 3rd down where the defense know it is going to be a pass. It's not guessing. It's predictable that we are going to pass the ball on 3rd down after we just ran it twice and lost yardage. How is that his fault? Then you go out there and run a tight end sneak. Bruh, them metrics are not Shedeur's fault. They shouldn't even be included.
It takes into account records. It takes into account everything. It is the most all-encompassing stat. And every time he drops back, the Browns lose more points than any quarterback since 2000, since True Media started marking this. It's worse.
How many are we talking
Russell.
About here? It has to be hundreds.
It doesn't. It's 133, I think, is the number. Good. Maybe more than that. I don't remember.
But, and we also know this: the Browns lean on those kind of metrics.
Yeah, but it's more than that.
Harder than anybody.
It's
military. I ain't mean to miss. Appreciate you. I'm cooking tonight. I got a little boost of energy. Let me go back so y'all can hear this foolery again.
Yeah, he's worse than Jamarcus
Okay,
Russell.
explain that. Like, and we've talked about it before.
It
but for
takes
those that
into
might not know
account
that
down and
number,
distance, field position, home or away, time and score. It is the most all-encompassing metric that you can use to measure a quarterback. It takes into account records. It takes into account everything. It is the most all-encompassing stat. And every time he drops back, the Browns lose more points than any quarterback since 2000, since True Media started marking this. It's worse.
How many are we
Jamarcus
talking
Russell.
about here? It has to be hundreds.
It doesn't. It's 133, I think, is the number.
Good.
Maybe more than that. I don't remember. But,
And we also know this: the Browns lean on those kind of metrics.
yeah, but it's more than.
And that's why the Browns are sorry. The worst organization in NFL history, probably. If you leaning on those metrics, that has nothing to do with the quarterback. You mean to tell me every time he dropped back, they done lost 133 points or something like that? Because you don't even know the exact number. So that means to tell me you lying. That's first thing. But if he is 133 points, does Shedeur get counted when the kicker go out there and miss a field goal? Or better yet, Shedeur get counted when the kicker don't even get to kick the field goal? Or better yet, do they take into account when your head coach in a close game decide to go for it on 4th down twice? Twice. Do they count that? Do you blame Shedeur for that? These metrics you talking about doesn't involve the quarterback. when they go Wildcat, do you count for Shedeur for that? When Quinshon forget to throw the ball or whatever that 2-point conversion was, do you count Shedeur for that? Do you count Shedeur when he throw the ball and put it on the receiver hands, Fannin, Isaiah Bond, and they drop it? Do you count Shedeur for that? Do you count Shedeur when he throws a perfect pass and hits his number 1 wide receiver in the chest for a touchdown and he drops it and it becomes an interception for the other team? Do you count Shedeur? That stuff is out of his control. He can't catch the ball. Then you talking about it accounts home and away. Last time I checked, the NFL make the schedule. So you can, just because Shedeur playing away, you count that against Shedeur because he playing away. What metrics are you looking at, bro? That metric is wrong. If you account for everything that goes on in a game that doesn't involve a quarterback and you blaming the quarterback for it, that's ridiculous.
Harder than anybody.
It's more than that. He still doesn't know what he's looking at. He still doesn't flip protections. He doesn't know when he's hot. This isn't me saying this. I'm not an NFL. I've never claimed to be an NFL coach. This is people in that building will tell me he still doesn't know how to flip protections. He doesn't know when he's hot. He doesn't know what he's looking at. He can only throw to wide open receivers. He doesn't make tight window throws. He doesn't throw guys open. This is not the answer. These last 2 weeks were the opportunity coming off the Titans game to show that he can be the guy against playoff contenders, and he has not lived up to it. This is not it.
I heard
you when you have this is the crazy thing.
Bro, it was 10-7 against the 49ers going into halftime. Shedeur damn near brought Cleveland back versus Tennessee by itself. The Bears was a debacle. The whole game was trash. Everybody was trash that game. Then you gonna come back and tell me that Shedeur 2 best game was against the 2 worst teams. Last time I checked, that was Jerry Jeudy best game. That was Isaiah Bond best game. That was Fannin best game. That was the defense best game. So it just wasn't Shedeur best game. It was everybody's best game. And then the worst game wasn't just Shedeur worst game. It was everybody's worst game. Myles Garrett was nowhere to be found against the Bears. He barely was found against the Bills. And last time I checked, they only lost by 3 points. Kicker didn't get a chance to kick the field goal because the snap was muffed. Throwing balls in tight windows. That's all Shedeur do. He's the most accurate quarterback in college that was in college football. He translated it to the NFL. You can't put the ball no better than in the receiver hands. How can you throw the ball to the receiver hands, it hit him in the hands, and he drop it? How can you count that against Shedeur? And I'm going to tell you again, if Shedeur don't know the protection calls, guess who else don't? Because they ain't blocking nobody. The offensive line don't. Because if Shedeur can't flip the protection call, what if Shedeur if Shedeur don't know how to flip the protection call? Why the offensive line can't flip it? Last time I checked, they got Pro Bowlers on their offensive line. Well, it had. So if the offensive line can't flip the protection on their own, that's a problem. You need the quarterback to tell you everything. If you call it and the quarterback hit it, then he know. But let's just say Shedeur does know how to flip the protection. That don't mean the offense know it. The offensive line know it, and that don't mean they gonna do it. Just because he called a call don't mean they gonna do it. They supposed to, but that don't mean they is. Because we can see Miss Robinson cousin Cam Robinson out there getting his A whipped. Getting whipped every play. Like I told y'all, the game of football is a lot of one-on-one battles. If The offensive line can't win. They want to battle against the defensive line. You're going to lose. If the receiver can't win his one-on-one battle with the DB, Jerry Judy, your Jag, y'all going to lose. If Myles Garrett can't win his one-on-one battle with the offensive tackle or the three people blocking him, y'all going to lose. If the DB can't guard the receiver from the other team and win that one-on-one battle, y'all going to lose. It's a team sport. What I'm saying is you can't blame it all on one person. You can't tell me it's just the quarterback when it takes more than just the quarterback. The quarterback can throw the ball to the receiver hands and he drop it. Literally in his hands. He threw it in his chest and dropped it and got it intercepted. This guy clearly telling us he don't watch the film. Clearly don't watch it.
The Browns, for all the quarterback problems that they've had, right? Like, we know the jersey, we know the names, we know. You know how many times they've taken a quarterback in the top 10, in the top 20?
Once.
Twice.
Tim
Couch and
Couch.
Baker.
Really? That's it?
That's it. Whedon was in the 20s. Quinn was in the 20s. Manziel was in the 20s. All these, so the Browns.
Maybe that's where the problem is.
It is where the Browns.
They're reaching too late.
The Browns are the most dysfunctional team in the NFL. Period.
No.
Full stop. And yet people think that they're going to be the team that can take a late round pick and develop him. They can buck the odds and do something that very few other teams can do. No, they have to be handed a pretty close to finished product to have any chance of success. And that is not Shedeur.
He just proved. You just proved part of your. You just proved part of the point we arguing. This is the most dysfunctional team that say they can't develop a quarterback, and then you say they need a finished product at quarterback, and it ain't Shedeur. That don't make no sense. How does that fit your argument when you arguing that the Browns can't develop Shedeur? Where the Browns can't develop a quarterback, it don't matter where you pick them at. If they dysfunctional and can't develop, then it don't matter if they pick Mendoza, Tom Brady, Reincarnation, Joe Montana, Brad Shaw, Steve Young, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Arch Manning, Donovan McNabb, Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick. It don't matter what quarterback they pick. They can't develop him. You just clearly said they were dysfunctional and can't develop a quarterback. So it don't matter if they pick Mendoza or Moore and one or two, they can't develop them. Which one of them a finished product? I ain't never seen a quarterback that get drafted be a finished product. Because ain't not one time, far as I know, that a rookie quarterback in his first NFL season done came in and won a Super Bowl. I ain't talking about was on a Super Bowl winning team. He was the leader and the definition and the reason why the team went to the Super Bowl and won. Out of all the history of the NFL, I ain't heard and I ain't seen. And ain't nobody told me that a rookie came in and won a Super Bowl. That's a finished product. Am I right? That's the ultimate goal, to win the Super Bowl. So that means if you draft a quarterback, you want him to be the finished product. That means he ought to win the Super Bowl in his first year because he already finished. He ain't got to develop. He ain't got the potential to become this or that. He already there.
Couch got him to the playoffs. Baker got him to the playoffs.
I don't want to derail this. I was thinking about the Baker thing, but I don't want to derail this.
Go ahead,
we got
Dan.
too much to do.
Well, I couldn't disagree more. Actually, to be truthful, when you're talking about football, the crazy thing about football is it's not done in a back room with calculators. And I respect True Media, but True Media don't draft players. True Media is a nice little asset to tell you what you want. EPA, that's a nice little stat, but when you look at it, you got to take in consideration the entire totality of football. And for so long that we've talked about this, we've boiled down the game of football to fantasy football, numbers, and whose quarterback it is. You walk around the league and watch around the league. Same people told us that Kenny Pickett was the deal. Go watch what Kenny Pickett did the other week. He threw for like 5 yards. They told us he was the best option. Keep looking. Jackson Dart, I think he threw for like 32 yards yesterday. Like maybe that was earth-shattering. Go look at Cam Ward and what his numbers are. His numbers have not been great the entire year. The reality of the situation is, yeah, you can talk about EPA and you can talk about all that, but you also have to take in consideration that when you look at the people in front of them, that goes into it. The offensive line is the worst in the league statistically, and that's not even debatable. When you take a look at the receiving core, they get the least amount of separation. They don't catch the ball when it's open. And on top of that, you're missing most, if not any of your weapons. So when you look at it, a guy who was in the 5th round, who's already thrown for 360 yards in a game, but we disqualify that because it just wasn't what we wanted to see. But yet and still in that game, Cam Ward is the number 1 overall pick. His numbers didn't look better than that. You go into this game, I just saw Josh Allen throw for 12 and 19 for 130. Like, let's keep it real. A lot of times what we be doing is if you like the quarterback, you can find a stat to say you like him. If you don't like the quarterback, or if you do like the quarterback, you find 17 things to say. When we look at the game of football, you can't do it in a vacuum. Shedeur Sanders, the reality of it, has played this is 5th or 6th game? And in those 5th or 6th games, does he have some stuff to work on? Sure, he does have some things to work on. He's a rookie. Is he going to have some mistakes? Sure. But he's shown well enough to say that he has an opportunity to be a starting quarterback in this league.
I totally disagree.
Well, listen, the film, we can go down to it. I can show you the deep ball. I can show you the accuracy. I can show you that he hits people. I can show you people said that he couldn't run the football or he was not as athletic. He led the team in rushing 3 weeks in a row. He's eluding the rush. He's stepping up every single week. He show you something different. Ask Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees said, hey, in the press conference, I want to see him work on moving the chains and throwing the football, not just deep action. We moved the post so much, our back should be here. We should be sponsored by U-Haul. 1 week is
we moved the post so much. We ought to be sponsored by you all. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh man. Oh man. Wow. We moved the goalpost so much, we ought to be sponsored by you all. Do they move it?
Oh, well, our offense is all underneath with Dylan Gabriel. We need somebody to throw it downfield. He comes in, throws it downfield, does it better than all the other rookies. And now all of a sudden, no. He needs to play in structure better. Okay, well, he took what was given to him underneath the last game against the Bills. By the way, who's a Super Bowl caliber team. Last week against the Bears, Super Bowl caliber team. Both teams 11 wins. So, I don't know what you expect. This is 2 playoff teams, 2 of the best teams in the league, and he's playing with backups at offensive line. His number 1 running back is out of the game, no receivers, and in 5 or 6 games, we use these stats to say, oh, he's not the guy. But I just saw Dylan Gabriel not do that. I done seen Deshaun Watson not do that. Oh, and by the way, all accounts are the coach who's ahead of the offense is getting fired. So you got to take account of that too. The guy who was running the offense, whose offense hasn't been good with any other quarterback, is also not going to be there. So we can say he's not the quarterback or whatever the case may be, but let me just keep it real. The Browns ain't even really in no position to take a quarterback if they wanted to. if you think about it. So
Wait, well, why not?
watch this. I'll tell you exactly why as I sip my Kool-Aid.
I mean, if they
G-Boy, stop. G-Boy, you need to stop, or G-Boy, you need to stop. All I got is one question, bro. Yeah, when G-Boy go back live, I need y'all to go in there and say, Money Man said, wet flavor with that Kool-Aid. What flavor was it? What flavor was it?
they think their quarterback is there, either Moore or Mendoza, and they're number 2.
The reports just came out. Andrew Berry looks like he's staying. If you Andrew Berry, they already said 3 wins ain't good enough. Those 3 wins got Kevin Stefanski fired this year. So if you're going to stick around and you're going to be around to pick the players, guess what's going to happen if you want to take a quarterback? You're going to take a quarterback, and then you don't have said picks to improve any parts of the roster around the quarterback. And guess what? Do you think with a rookie quarterback in the same line and no weapons, you think you're going to get more than 4 wins? No, you're not getting more than 4 wins. You'll be back in the same territory. And the same people that told you to draft the quarterback will be the same people to line up and write it was malpractice that you didn't get them any weapons or an offensive line. And then you will be the next person fired.
I have to apologize. I must have missed reports.
No, there
reports that Barry is coming back and Stefanski.
Rappaport said over the weekend that Barry will be involved in decisions going forward. I'm not entirely positive I believe that yet.
What do we think about Stefanski?
How you not positive you believe that yet? Go ask the person that told you about things about Shedeur. Go ask that person that's in the building that says things about Shedeur. Go ask them about Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski. That's all I got to say. If you're not sure, go talk to your source in the building and ask them about Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry. Unless that's a lie. Unless you've been lying about, I'm hearing in the building. Go hear in the building about Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski. That's all I'm going to say. Don't be questioning me. Go ask your source that you've been saying. Then you want to look dumbfounded.
Do we think that?
I think he's gone.
You think he's gone?
I think he's gone.
Okay, because for me, I don't think either has been a fait accompli. I talked to some.
Man, G Wood went in, bro. G Wood went in. I can't even do Tony G no more. I was about to play that Tony G, but I need to get off. Flacco getting traded. Trade deadline been over with. The season done. Or you asking Amber at the time did he hear Joe Flacco getting traded? Who knows? Who knows? Man, where he mad? G Wood was on fire. That G Wood wet the flavor of the Kool-Aid. Say Money Man said. Want to know what flavor of the Kool-Aid. Oh, I'm up late tonight, man. Y'all ought to be doing this. Y'all ought to be donating me some money. Just because I'm late. I'm up late. It's almost 12 o'clock over here, and I'm still up.
A little bit to talk about here. Tony, I wanted to start here because you asked Shedeur. So Shedeur ended up doing media on Tuesday. And
what he said that at me, Rob? I can't play that again with Joanne. What he said that? Hold on, let me see. Can I find it? Hold on. Dang, yeah, 216 yards.
I just, we just talk. I just told him that, we know what we got to do to be able to put us in position to win. He's been doing it all year, and we just got to go ball out, trusting each other, because each other's that's all we got.
216 yards, 4 touchdowns, and they are downstairs with captain.
All right, Snoop, Derek, congratulations on the win. Snoop just told me you deserve 2 game balls in this one, so there you go. And
to play with a real quarterback out there. On my mama, Lamar was my biggest op the whole season.
Man, they're AI, bro. They're AI right here. I thought they were real. This is AI.
Finally felt what it was like to play with a real quarterback out there. On my mama, Lamar was my biggest op the whole season, bro. This fake MVP thinks he's the big dog on this team with his bullshit touchdowns against these bum teams, my guy. I need a quarterback out there who's going to listen to daddy on that field. Tyler Huntley knew what was good, bro. Just give me the ball and let me obliterate butt cheeks out there. I ran through that entire.
Well, I'm telling you, man, I don't even know how they're able to upload something like that, man. I don't know how. I do not know how, man. I'm telling you, this stuff thing getting crazy out here. I need to learn this right here from this dude. I'm about to get that. It coming soon. Miss Robinson, where is that? I know you got the link. There it is right there. I knew it. I know. I ain't even had to look at the comment because I can't see nothing right now. I couldn't even see it. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's definitely dangerous. Man, Derek, hearing I tell you this ain't for real. He done told me to go call Shedeur. He done told Tyler Huntley to go call Shedeur. Hey, go out there and beat Pittsburgh, dog. Go out there. Y'all see it? Hey, Shedeur. Yeah, this Snoop, dog. No, not the rapper. Not the rapper. Snoop Huntley, bro. You know me. Hey, I need you to go out there tomorrow. And you know that old man Aaron Rodgers, I need y'all to go beat them, bro. We just beat Green Bay. Derrick Henry just told me he gonna beat me up if you don't go beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. I need you to go have your career game just like Henry did. Get a game ball and beat the Steelers so we can get the number 1 in the division. I know you over there in Cleveland, bro. I know I was over there. I tried to help you, bro. I tried to tell you what was going on because you know that's a trash organization, bro. I told you, bro. I I tried to prepare you. That's why we were getting along so good out there. But I need your help, big dog. Cause I would, yeah. What? Hold on, bro. Calm down. I know Kevin sabotaging you. I know it. They might try to sabotage you tomorrow too, but I need your help though, dog. I need you to get on your knee, pray to God, and tell him to anoint you so you can pass for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and shut all these haters up. I need you to do that, dog. Can you do it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. Appreciate you, dog. God bless to you too. Hey, I just came up with that all the top of my head. Well, I'm telling you, well, I'm good. I ought to be an actor, bro. I ought to be an actor. John, appreciate it. Well, the more need you do it, help these and to be at the Steelers. Y'all, I don't want him to beat the black and go. We gonna see. Cody, you gotta email it to me, Cody. Email it to me. I gotta see it, big dog. Man, look here. I just came up with that on my top of my head. Wow, Derrick Henry told Snoop Huntley to go call Shedeur. Sheesh. Wow. Let me go ahead and get all this thing, man. Past my bedtime. Y'all up late, 188 in here, steady, strong. Hey, we're gonna be live tomorrow after the game. Like I always do, what I've been doing during the season. We're gonna go live. We're gonna talk about the game, hopefully. And I'm thinking Shedeur gonna come through and beat the Steelers and surprise everybody. And I ain't using them yet. And yeah, they say Fanny hurt. But who knows? Who knows? Somebody got to step up. They getting paid too. Somebody got to step up. Hopefully the Jag will do something I don't know. I have no idea, man. But like I say, hopefully somebody step up. But with this team, it's a long shot. But like I told y'all, my title, man, be aware of a sabotage job from Kevin. Be aware. Some bad coaching decisions and then special teams, man. And then that defense started giving up 14 points, just spotting the other team, just spotting Aaron Rodgers 14 points. So Fan ain't gonna play. We're gonna see. Probably still a game time decision, but we're gonna see. No boy ain't cat all. You 3 hours behind. You good. You just getting started. But yeah. Put a rocket sounder in that Wildcat. They might. You right, Joe. He had to go along with it too. I think he wanted to dress it up, but they said, nah, take him off the board. put a black line through his name. What that sabotage say?
They ain't doubt the talent.
What that sabotage say?
They fear the outcome.
I appreciate y'all. I'm about that thing.
They greased the stairs, told me climb anyway. To the crown of the room, then said on your place. Film scream MVP, but they mute the sound. Bury truth in the dirt, let the lies do round. Draft night felt like a courtroom rig. Evidence clear, but the verdict fixed. Handshake snakes with a smile so wide. Crossed out my name with a permanent line. They scared of a king who can't be controlled. So they sell fake fear like truth got sold. Trying to break my spine before I touch the throne. But pressure only turn cold as stones.
Watch this.
They know.
Facts.
Facts! Woo! Riot lip, they cut the brakes on purpose. Facts! Woo! Turn the lane to a service. Facts! Facts! Woo! Fake stories, puppets and serpents. Facts! Facts! Woo! Buried alive, but the dirt was worthless. Facts! Who really pulled still? Right! Still come deep. Hey, can't stop this. Still here. Still here. Still here. NFL pilots, first team reps locked behind steel doors. They feed me crumbs, then that's why I want more. Death chart like a graveyard shit. They bury talent, promote relationships. Coach cold shoulder like I'm bad for the brand. But I read defenses like God's own plan. They want silence, obedience, smile and wait. But I throw truth deep, can't check down fake. Trolls bark loud from a Wi-Fi cage. Throw rocks at a lion still in his cage. They pray I crack, they bet I fall. But I've been training the fight since before the call. Talk heavy, read that, cold blood. Facts! Even harder, they've been cutting the power. Fly, every minute, every hour. Trying to kill a seed before it flower. But I grew teeth in the dirt. Divorce. Impossible. Impossible. They tried to drown me. Forgot I was the way. Tried to bury me. Forgot I was the grave. You can't sabotage destiny. I came back different, eyes like war, smile gone mercy, left at the door. They tried to erase me like chalk and rain, but legends get carved, they don't wash away. From backup plans to the main event, they try to stall time, God his sin. Every lie they told built my skin. Now I'm bulletproof where they aim within. They wanted obedience, I wanted truth. Now the whole damn league gotta watch me move. Turn sabotage into gasoline. Lit the match, now I haunt they dream. Look now, built different. Facts! Riot live, they cut the brakes on purpose. Facts! Turn the lane to a circus. Facts! Facts! Fake stories, puppets and serpents. Facts! Facts! Buried alive, but the dirt was worthless. Facts! Who really pulls stands? Facts! Made them cutting up power. Facts! Made them cutting up power. Facts! Every minute, every hour, trying to kill the seed before it flower. Facts! Like blue teeth in the get bored. Get bored. I'm standing now. Facts. They try to sabotage the rise. But pressure don't destroy kings. It crowns them. Yeah.